Hey everybody, welcome to a Friday edition of Box Seats. I'm your host, Frank Holder. We're getting ready to get this show started. If you're not familiar with the show, before we jump into it, the show is a show where we talk about sports with a couple of comedians. And the comics have been around the game for a long time, so they know comedy. And it's funny when they talk sports. So you guys know how this goes. If you're not, well, let me bring in the first couple of guests. First up is my man, Talent. How you doing today, brother? How's everything?
Hey, man, moving and shaking, brother. Another city, another day, another dollar.
Yeah, I believe me, I understand that too. Fig, what's going on, man? What's popping?
What the deal, man? It's Friday, baby. TGIF.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like y'all ready to get this show started. Me, I'm still half asleep, so I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby. That's
Sleep,
man. Editing and keep you up all night, bro. You know how that goes. It'll keep you up. All right, so this is where we're at. We always do a COVID report to get the show started. We always jump that off. We get ready to get things in this way. First thing up, man, as the Yankees and Red Sox didn't play last night because of COVID, it seems like Aaron Judge was one among 6 Yankees to test positive. But tonight, the game is still happening. So the first part of the COVID report is it looked like we're not past it yet either. He didn't get his shots, but he still got it too. So I don't know, man. What you think about that, Talent?
Well, I mean, obviously, the show must go on, they say. You know what I mean? I think we're just about this close or this far away from COVID being like the flu.
Right.
That's what it seems like. We went from all this urgency of shut it down. Oh, my God, COVID. If you pay attention, Frank, the more we say the word, the more you do a COVID report, the more normal it feels.
Yeah. I cannot disagree with that part. Fig, what's your thoughts?
it ain't over yet. Don't do that. Hey man, listen. It's crazy, man. It's like it seems like some people ain't taking this thing serious enough for me, man. I'm like, when I watch the news, they talking about the numbers that's going up all over the country. I'm like, man, listen, you better act like you know, because just like Talon said, if it's like the flu season, that means it's coming back. But here's the difference between COVID and the flu. COVID killed somewhere between 600,000 and 1 million people. So if it's coming back and this variant has changed, that means it's coming back with a vengeance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't disagree with that part. Let me even throw this out there too. Speaking of COVID report, Bradley Beal got officially bounced out of the Olympics. It's official. He went home because of the COVID. He got COVID. They have a team scare with COVID, like we talked about yesterday. They definitely are tracking out more of the Olympic people who are there because of COVID. But we'll talk about the other Olympic issues that they have with Team USA in a second. What's your thoughts about Bradley Beal officially going home last night? And Popovich even came up and said, man, you know what? We're really sorry to see him go. What's your thoughts on this, Talent?
I think that Bradley Beal probably wasn't all that comfortable in the first place. I don't think watching them play in these exhibitions, I don't even think that most of them, half of those guys don't look comfortable. So I think COVID is it's a good cop out if you don't want to be there. Like if you're totally not 100% bought into the Olympics, and you have any slight doubt of being there or like, man, maybe I shouldn't have agreed to do this. COVID is the ultimate, buyout of anything right now. Can't nobody say nothing to you. If you leave anything, sports or anything, due to COVID, people got to go like this.
Yeah, exactly. Fig, what's your thoughts?
Man, I love Bradley Beal, man. One of my most favorite underrated players, man. I would love to see him in New York City, man. But it's sad to see him go because he's one of those dudes that we know for a fact that can knock down an open shot. And with the type of players that are playing in the Olympics, we know that they could break down the defense and get in the paint. And having somebody like that you kick an open shot to, man, is just I would imagine be sorely missed. But like I said, COVID ain't no joke.
All right, it looks like Rodney Perry has joined the conversation. Rodney Perry, what's your thoughts on what we've been talking about?
I mean, it's sad to see Bradley Beal get out of there, man. But that creates a spot for somebody too. So I wonder who's going to get the opportunity to go and play in the Olympics now with that spot opening up. That's what I'm interested in. And do you even want to go? You know, are you at the crib going, oh shit, they're gonna call me next? So it's sad to see Bradley go, but I would, he had a great season this year. I wonder who's coming in next.
That's funny as hell. What if you that guy? You sit home like Rodney said, shit, they're gonna call me. But you ain't that guy they call the next.
Well, it turns out I just got the thing. JaVale McGee is going. He's going to replace Beal, and Kevin Love is going to be replaced by Keldon Johnson from the San Antonio Spurs. So those are two guys getting ready to replace them. So
that don't go together.
Yeah, it don't. But they're getting ready to bring them up and have them come in and jump in and replace, obviously, what's going on.
They needed somebody to come out there and kick the ball out of bounds.
The problem is, the issue is the Olympics is having right now, is we were talking about it, is the Olympics are having issues because Bradley Beal had to leave now because of, obviously, COVID. But now Kevin Love pulled out also because he has a calf injury. Now, if you guys want to join the conversation, you click the link up and join the conversation. I want to bring in somebody look like they're joining the conversation right now. Name is Mount V. Mount V, what's going on, man?
Mount VAD.
What should we want there?
Comedian Mount
VAD. What out there?
AD, look, all in his bro.
Okay, what's up, Mount V? You joined the conversation, but what's your thoughts about Bradley Beal being bounced out from the Olympics because of COVID and Kevin Love being bounced out because he basically has an issue with his calf? What's your thoughts on this, Mount V? Can't hear you, bro.
Can't hear you, AD.
How?
Talk now.
Are we going to have to bring it back?
We hear you, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
He looked like
we got to keep moving on, man. He got to come back.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yo, AD looking at his phone like it was a geometry test.
Right. He's like, is that your phone, bro?
I don't know exactly what is going on with that, but you know what? All right, it looks like he's trying to come in one more time. We'll give him one more shot.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
we hear you, AD.
We can hear you. Go ahead, bro. What's your thoughts on Bradley Beal, and what's your thoughts on Kevin Love being bounced from the Olympics? What's your thoughts, bro?
I mean, is Kevin Love good enough to be in the Olympics first?
Yeah, we said that. We said that. What do you think about Bradley Beal, though?
Who?
Bradley Beal. He got COVID. He's out.
I mean, anybody with COVID should be out. Anybody with COVID should be out. But Kevin Love shouldn't be, and Kevin Love haven't been good since he joined the Cavaliers. So,
damn,
what are you gonna do? I mean,
he sound like what Fig said. Kevin Love.
He's up there saying something that the conversation that we were getting ready to jump into. Mount V, AD, stay there for a second, man. I'm gonna go around with the guys, ask the guys one more question, man. And since Kevin Love basically bounced out from the Team USA, do you think? I'm gonna start with you, bro. Do you think he is pulling out because he felt some kind of way and sick? Because the calf injury is a minor calf injury, you know what I mean? And people have been complaining about him joining Team USA from jump right now. What's your thoughts? Do you think it's a realistic injury? You think he's hurt? You think he really pulled out on purpose because he can't play, or you think it's something else more psychological? Because we know he's a psychological kind of player. You know what I mean? Mental health issues, all that. What's your thoughts?
Well, I think that he sees where this ship is going, and he don't want to go. Because let me explain something to you. If anything goes down in history, it's the damn Olympics. And I think he don't want to be this part of history. I think he sees where the ship is going. He's had 3-4 exhibition games to really look at and be like, okay, and do practice with these guys like this team. I see where this is going. I don't want to be remembered a part of this losing team. I think he sees where it's going. He's trying to, get ahead of the pass and get the hell out of Dodge.
You know what? Fig, talent might be right because Jason Tatum is hurt. Bradley Beal is gone. Team USA is having issues. They've been losing. What's your thoughts on this, Fig?
Man, listen. I don't blame him, man. If I was sitting there, man, I'd stub my toe and get on out of there, man. I'm not trying to go to Japan with no COVID, man. I'm not trying to listen. He wasn't gonna get the ball no way. He coming off the bench. Ain't nobody gonna pass him the ball. He used to playing in a place where nobody passing the ball. He like, I ain't got to go all the way to Japan and risk my life and not get the ball. I can sit on my couch and do that. So why am I going all the way to Japan? Ain't nobody gonna give me the ball. Everybody talk about I can't play. So why am I going for? I'm not going. My calf hurt. Ow.
Rodney Perry, your thoughts, bro?
First of all, you only pull out on purpose. You never you never pull out, as a result of something. But speaking of love pulling out, man, more power to him, man. Sometimes you got to shoot all over the room, and guys like Kevin Love just want to get their shot off, and you got to respect that.
What's your thoughts on
no, I'm not finished. Kevin Love pulls out and shoots, and that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying, Frank? And you got to really look at that to see what's happening in the future. The guy pulls out, then he shoots, and that's what it's about.
All right. Pull out and shoot. Okay. AD, what's your thoughts on this?
I mean, Kevin Love is out. Bring Sha'Carri Richardson back. That's how I feel about it. Let her play. Let her do something.
Oh, that's dope.
That's a pretty good thought, man. AD, man, thank you for joining the show, man. We appreciate your thoughts, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. If y'all want to continue to jump in and join the show, man, you click that link and jump in anytime or anything else. Y'all know Kevin Love has been jumped in and jumped out of the thing. But let's talk about the next hot topic, man. We got to talk about Richard Sherman because the video was released yesterday, talent, of how he was banging. They had to put a disclaimer on ESPN on how bad the video was. I didn't think the video was that bad, you know what I mean? But he was, he was forceful with his in-laws and everything else. And the judge finally released him without bail. So he got charged with a couple of misdemeanors. The judge released him. He's out now and everything else. My question to you, talent, is here's the question. Do you think it's going to hurt his job status? Do you think somebody's going to be like, yeah, because, he's a little older in the tooth now, a little long in the tooth, and people are going to be looking at him saying, you know what? What do you think people are going to think about now, talent? He's out there. He's free agent. What you think?
Well, I don't think it'll affect his job. Money maybe, but job not. Meaning, you have hurt your chances of making more money because A, like you said, you're getting older, but B, now whenever you give an organization the chance and opportunity to look like they're doing you a favor, that drops your worth. You have to look like, you're giving them a steal. They can't look like, well, you lucky we signed you, man. You put your hands on people. You don't want that reputation. So I think he'll still work. I think that, they're going to take him, they're going to walk him to the NFL perp walk, if you will. When they know you messed up, they walk you down the line different. He's that guy now.
Yeah, I agree with that part. Fig, what's your thoughts?
Man, I don't know, man. I saw the video. Did you see the way Sherman was banging on that door? A couple of teams going to be looking at him and say, yo, he can still hit, son. I'm putting him down. Yo, he was ramming into that door. You know what I mean? He ain't hit nobody. He put his shoulder into the door. I mean, how many guys ain't never got upset and put their shoulder into the door a little bit? Boom, boom. You know what I mean? And then he walked away. He was like, yo, you going to come outside or what? And they ain't come outside, so he left. I didn't even know that was a crime.
Yeah, I guess the police ain't charged you yet, Fig. Rodney Perry, what's your thoughts?
Hey, man, Richard Sherman is a rich guy. He probably bought that house. He probably, he probably feel like I should be able to come into this house. I paid for it, and I'm looking at it right now. He damn sure still got it, as Fig said. The guy is pushing the hell out of this door, and guess what? I just found out doors don't move.
When locked. Yeah, they don't. When locked. So you watching the video right now? Yeah, that's
right now.
I'll say it this way. Let me say this. I think it's interesting that the video came out. It's interesting that they showed that, and they also showed pictures and stuff of the accident and everything else. But the most interesting thing about it was he got released without bail by the judge. To me, I was like, that goes to show you that
he didn't do nothing though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He goes to show you that he really didn't really do much. That it's trumped up charges, because when the police get on the scene, they try to trump up the charges more than what it is. But once it gets down in front of the judge, it start red line. Okay, this really ain't that big. This really ain't that. When you cut it out, DA, you cut it out because it ain't really that big. Not to mention, it's a domestic thing, so they probably scared to touch that off.
Well, I think the only reason they held him without bail in the first place, like I said before, is to let him sober up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's at the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to. But domestic violence issues is such a touchy subject. You cannot do something and then we want to regret it later, especially such a high profile thing, because you can come back and regret that later.
I think a lot of us assume that when you heard domestic violence, it was him and a woman, and when it turns out not to be a woman, it's like, come on, man, let's go and get this past us.
Yeah, man, exactly. It was silly, man. Hey, listen, I am a fan of the Flintstones, and now at the end of every episode, Fred Flintstone was banging on the door. It's the same thing that Richard Sherman did. So if you ain't gonna lock up Fred Flintstone, then you gotta let Richard Sherman go.
Wow.
I thought Fred Flintstone was locked up at the end. That's why they show it off. We want to show it off. It had his run.
Richard Sherman don't have a saber-toothed tiger either.
That's true too. All right, let me talk about the next thing, since we're talking about issues with mental health and issues people upstairs, man. I don't know if you got, but Australia's Liz Cambridge, she withdrew from the Olympics, and she cited mental health because she found out she was going over to Tokyo without friends, family, or anybody, and she was going to be in a hotel room the entire time. And she's like, yeah, I don't want to go to the Olympics. I'm out. So she pulled out of the Olympics, and it was the first time going to the Olympics. So mental health, they put this under mental health issue. What's your thoughts on this, Talon?
Man, we say it 1,000 times. We'll say it 1,000 more. We have to. I know we're a proud, spoiled-ass nation. We have to shine that high beam on mental health now and stop sweeping it under the rug. Shit is real. It's been here. It's going to be here to stay. As long as you got human beings, you're going to have people that are signed out, and you're going to have the people with the mental, health issues that need their time and need that recognition. Mm-hmm. If you don't feed into it and pay attention to it, problems fester and get worse. And then we're looking at the unthinkable, the unimaginable, and then we're all scratching our head like, how did we get here? I know how we got here. We act like we didn't see it, like it didn't exist.
Exactly. Fig, what's your thoughts on this? Because I think you were the one who touched on the mental health issues a lot. What we were first talking about a little while ago with Paul George and everything else about being a ball player, playing, and how much that could affect them and everything else. You hit on a couple of points, but she's basically having that same issue that Paul George had. What's your thoughts, Fig?
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, it's one thing to have mental health issues in Disney, and it's another thing entirely to have it in a different country over there in Japan. You know what I mean? I mean, listen, I wouldn't want to go, man. I mean, I don't blame them, man. It's a state of emergency, basically, is what the Japan government said. We don't want no fans from out of the country. We don't nobody from out of the country. We don't even want people that live here to come see the games. We just want the athletes to come compete and then leave. That's questionable. I mean, if somebody tell you that, that's really questionable whether you should be going or not, because they basically telling you is come at your own risk. Dad, come at your own risk. First, Frank with the pulling out. Now I said come at your own risk. We really need to change the language on this show. That's what I'm saying.
Rodney Perry, what's your thoughts on this, bro? What's your thoughts on all this stuff going down? Because
I'm reading it. She says she doesn't feel like she's at her mental peak. She's been having a hard time sleeping and anxiety leading up to it. And so she said, look, I know my body, I'm not ready for it. But I mean, you say to yourself, like, Liz, you say you want Olympic gold, like how are you not ready? How are you not mentally ready? I mean, you are athlete. Like, I don't know if anybody. Well, I'm sure mental health is a real thing. Let me be on record with that. But for an athlete that plays on a high level all the time anyway, how are you not ready for the Olympics? That's absurd to me. So I wish her good luck moving forward, but I mean, this sounds like a cop-out to me, man. I mean, like, this whole buzzword with mental health, that just feels like the right thing to say right now.
Speaking of cop-outs, let me talk to you guys about this. Conor McGregor ended up saying, you know what? I have issues with the doctors because the doctors said this, they said that, it's this. I had fractures going into the fight and everything else. And he's literally having conversations with his attorneys and stuff like that. I don't know if he's going to sue. I don't know if he's going to sue and everything else, but he's extremely upset, Talent. He wants to have this thing. So, hey, if you're sitting at home, you want to join the conversation, you can click that link and join in the conversation. Please do. We want to hear what you got to say. But Talent, what do you think about Conor McGregor now coming forward saying all this about the doctors after the fight and after he lost the fight? What's your thoughts?
I think it's a bunch of malarkey. I'm tired of people after the fact coming up with stuff like this. Like, don't go in the fight then. Mm-hmm. If something's wrong with you and you think the doctors are wrong, here's the thing that we all have, power of. You heard of power of attorney? Well, we got power over doctors. Like, if the doctors say you have this or you don't have this, it's my body. I'm the one to go, I don't feel, I'm going to go ahead and push this back, or I'm going to go in there and play myself. Don't wait till after the fact, after the freaking loss, after the fucking ass whooping and beat down, to say, you know what, the doctor said, and they knew, and you knew too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of this. This is supposed to be the rawest form of fighting right now. They're supposed to be tougher than regular boxing, and tougher than football and all that. And then you go in there and become a big baby anyway. Get your ass in a street fight. Let me see somebody after the street fight go back to the guy and whoop their ass and go, hey, bro, hold on, everybody. Had a sprained ankle already. You think he give a...
Whoa. Whoa.
This fight went down.
Yeah,
man, listen. Unfortunately, we're in the age of flopping and excuses. And that just seems to be the norm. I think it started when athletics decided that they didn't want to hurt the children's feelings by giving everybody a participation trophy. So now nobody could be offended. Nobody could nobody can have hurt feelings, and people started flopping and falling all down on the ground and carrying on, and everybody making excuses why this one lost, or this team didn't do this, that team didn't do that. I was like, yo, man, that it just seems to be the age of where we in right now,
right.
Where athletes just seem to, I don't know, whenever they lose, it's always somebody else's fault. Nobody's taking responsibility for the fact that you just ain't as good as the other person or the other team.
Yeah, or they run in the back and don't say nothing. You don't see him at all. Rodney Perry, what's your thoughts?
Man, you're looking at these stories, man. I mean, it's just one thing after another. I always say this is the new league. We talk about the physicality of the game, but I mean, this whole bitchifiedness is just something that I can't continue to bear, man. And if that causes you some mental anguish, man, don't play the game, man. Just go home and get a psychology degree. Maybe you're in the wrong business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that part. Speaking of injuries, man, Tom Brady played the entire season, according to reports, with the MCL injury. I'm not sure if I believe it or not. I don't know. But the news came out from Tampa Bay that he got injured his last season with the Patriots, and he ended up playing the entire season. Talent, you believe this before?
This is the new Superman. This is a DC's version, a Marvel version, where they got to add on and embellish to create the facade, if you will, that this person is even super than we've already gave him credit to be. We already got him in the GOAT conversation. He's arguably the best quarterback on paper, and we need more. Well, you think that was something. You think he switched teams and won a Super Bowl. He did that with 16 splinters. No, people didn't know. Tom had 16 splinters in his throwing hand. So every time he grabbed the ball, but he threw a touchdown. Man, kiss my ass.
Now the funny thing is, if he was still a Patriot, I'd be highly offended. But since he's a Tampa Bay Buck, I do not care. Like,
kill me, man.
I don't care. Like, okay, really? Okay.
Like, when is it enough? When do we build them up enough? Like,
I listen. You know what I mean? I don't even care. Continue on, Fig. Tear him down. Talk to me.
Hey man, let me just tell you, man. Hey, listen, it's the same thing when they talk about Tom Brady had cut his hand open. And they asked Bill Belichick about it. He said, "Listen, it's not open heart surgery." You know what I mean? Now he tore his MCL. Like, stop it already. You won. Isn't that enough? Now you want to editorialize the fact that you won with an injury. My knee was hurting me. I fought down, get boo-boo, but I was still able to win again. You're 150 years old, Tom Brady. Nobody cares. You won. You had the best team. You had all the receivers. You had two tight ends, some wide receivers running back. You had everybody, man, and you won the game. We don't care about your hurt knee.
You know what this reminds me of? Eddie Murphy joke when he's up there saying to Stevie, he said, "You want to impress me? Drive."
Yeah.
Rodney Perry, talk to me. What you think?
I mean, Tom Brady is that guy, man. You know, you gotta respect him. And it's less about Tom Brady and more about this modern medicine, man. We're seeing guys that are telling us that. I think at the end of one of the NBA series, the guy's like, "Yo, I had a torn blah blah the whole time." And modern medicine is propping these guys up better and better and better. I think even Giannis complained that he had some torn knee that he was able to play through. So I don't think these guys are any tougher. I think modern medicine is just better. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I could be on the fence about that too. I understand that too, but and we can talk about that for a whole hour. But we want you all to join the conversation. Click on the link if you want to join the conversation. Jump into. But what I just saw just now is making me say, okay, we got to talk about this sooner rather than later because we got a couple other segments you want to hit up. And the news just flashed across my desk saying literally 5 minutes ago that Damian Lillard is about to officially request a trade from the Portland Trailblazers. Not that I'm shocked and surprised by that because about 6 hours ago, you know, word was leaked that it was going to happen, but now it looks like it's becoming official. Talent, it looks like in the same paragraph, guess who is the first person in line? The Los Angeles Lakers are the first people in line to see where they can get for Dame Lillard. Surprise, surprise, surprise. What's your thoughts on this? Dame Lillard first requesting a trade. What's your thoughts on that, Talent?
Well, first of all, we were talking about this. This has been a conversation with us since the end of their season. So that's not a surprise. But the Lakers being the place where you're going.
Now that's the Lakers' first person in line. Doesn't mean he's gonna go there.
Well, I mean, if he goes there, that would be a surprise. He strikes me more like the Kawhi type. You know, Dame Dollar strikes me more like the Kawhi type, like he's I want to build it and have it my way type of guy, as opposed to go to a pre-made situation and just take my great talents and bring it over the top and get a ring that way. That would surprise me, the Lakers. But then again, like in Fig's word, a word I hate to use, if you leave in purgatory, all things are possible.
Yeah, and because he has a no trade clause, he can nix any deal. Like he could say where he wants to go in these trades, which can mess up a lot of situations for Portland because Portland doesn't look like they're gonna get better. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Here's the thing.
It's a messy situation.
Here's the thing. Maybe we don't need to move Dame. How about we move Portland?
Yeah. That's definitely not going to happen. Fig, what's your thoughts on Dame officially requesting the trade?
Hey man, listen, he put his time in Portland. You know what I mean? He gave him everything he had. They tried to recruit players to play alongside of him and stuff like that, unsuccessfully. And what I'm hearing is that the team that would be possibly a great fit for him is the Golden State Warriors. I knew you was going to say, you thought I was going to say the Knicks, didn't you? I was going to say the Golden State Warriors because they got Weissman, which is a big man, you know what I mean? And they got 2 first-round draft picks this year coming up in the upcoming draft. And since Portland is not really a destination spot for veterans or free agents, they could sort of build their team from the draft. And this draft seems to be pretty good. Have some pretty good players coming out this particular draft. So with Weissman and 2 first-round draft picks, be a nice look. Have Dame down there with Clay and Steph and Draymond.
Okay. All right. But the thing is, here's the issue. If they trade him to Golden State, somebody got to go. It's got to be like a A for A. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Rodney Perry, I'm not sure if Golden State is going to want to give up what he's saying, what Fig is saying. Where do you see him? Where do you see him possibly going? Where do you see him? Because wherever he's going to go, he has the right to say, "I want to go there." You know what I mean? Yeah. It seems like everybody has that bright lights, big city type mentality. When they want to get traded. I hope he doesn't go to the Lakers, which I'm sure you probably hope he does. What's your thoughts on this, Rodney Perry?
I mean, it looks like the Lakers is a prime spot for the guy, man. He wants to get a championship. It really don't make no sense for him to go nowhere else. And he rounds out that Lakers situation. And if LeBron exits, AD and Damian could be a real great 1-2. Like we're talking about a guy that's been in search of a good number 2, and who's a better number 2 than AD right now? If they could find a way to make that work, that could be a great look. I don't see him going to Golden State at all. And in the words of talent, maybe we could move Portland south.
The funny thing is that would work out better for Portland if they moved. Maybe they might be better for him, because if you don't want to stay, the thing is, man, when you have a disgruntled star, you have issues. Your problem's just.
I don't think he's disgruntled. He's just tired of losing, man. And you get tired of losing.
That means disgruntled.
You tired of losing.
You tired of losing.
He's not mad. I mean, I think he loves the city. It's just time to go get a chip, man. You don't want to be Charles Barkley, man. And these guys, that means something to them.
It does.
Great player, like all that bravado that says I don't want to go play with nobody. That shit is gone, man. Dudes will go get a chip.
Yeah, let's not
be in the room without a ring.
And let's not overlook the fact either, too, that I want us all to pay attention to this. It seems like it's being overlooked. As soon as he went to the Olympics, he didn't say this officially or unofficially, nothing. But as soon as he went to the Olympics and sat up in the rooms and talked to the fellas and got to know some of them other dudes, all of a sudden this news comes out. You know what I mean? And I hate to bring up LeBron, but I'm going to bring up LeBron. But that's what started all that LeBron mixing and matching stuff when he went to Miami, too, is because he went to the Olympics, hooked up with those dudes, with Kobe.
They got in the same room together, kicking it. They found out they like each other.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, hey, I need to play with you. You play, you know what I mean? Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Y'all can join the conversation. Tell us what you think. Click that link on whether you agree or disagree. I love
the fact that the players are deciding their own destiny, man. It's not white men in suits in the room. It's the players, and I think that's a good thing. I know some of y'all might disagree.
No, I think it's a good thing. I just hate y'all want to go to the Lakers.
You go where? But I like this.
I just hate the fact that they all want to go to the Lakers. That's the problem I hate. You know what I mean? Like, go to the Celtics, go to the Knicks, go to Detroit, go to Chicago, go to other, you know what I mean? Go to other destinies, because there are a lot of other great players on a couple of other teams. You know what I mean?
Right.
Why everybody want to go to the Lakers? You know what I mean? I'm happy.
They don't.
It's not everybody. It's just Damian Lillard.
I'm just saying. All right,
not everybody. And Fig, who is a non-believer, you have to really wrap your mind around this. Fig, LeBron James is the place to go.
Well, let me ask you. Amir Siri joined the conversation. Amir, what's your thoughts on this, brother? Talk to me. Tell me what you think.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I think a couple of points are pertinent. I think Ronnie's right. You're talking about a gentleman who, I think one of the other caveats that we got to look at for all these players, when you and most of these guys are getting to their cities, eventually to a place where you want to play the game, you want to win.
Amir, you have to go back out, come back in, and I'm hearing every other word. It sounds spotty.
Yeah, you chop it up.
Yeah, you chop it up. Come back.
That's crazy. I'm gonna go out and I'll come back.
He said pull out, come back. But Frank made it sound like he on his period. You spotting. Amir, go out, get a pad, come back in, you spotting.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even gonna go there with y'all. But my thing is this: like, there are a lot of destinations that the brother can go and there's a lot of destinations that he could be in with a great couple of teams. But the problem is when you put everybody goes to one team and everything else, it almost sets an unfair advantage. You know what I mean? And some fans can get turned off by everybody wanting to go to the Lakers. You know what I mean? You know, of course, Laker fans are not going to be disgruntled by that part. They're going to think that it's great. Everybody come here and play with us. Go ahead, Fig.
Like who? When you say everybody want to go to the Lakers, who wants to go to the Lakers? Who?
What do you mean,
I don't know nobody. The only one that wanted to go there, any top 5 player or any superstar. Let's say anybody within the top 15 that went to the Lakers. The only one that went there was AD. So what's everybody? Who's everybody?
Are you serious? I don't want to go down the list. There's a lot of people who wanted to go trade.
I'm talking about in the modern era. Like right now, the only people there in the top 15 right now is LeBron and AD. Who's everybody?
The team that they won the NBA championship with last year, half those dudes wanted to go to the Lakers and went. Half of them signed as free agents and went. Rajon Rondo, he went. The shooter, Danny Green, he wanted to get traded to the Lakers. He was an option 2 or 3 other teams. He wanted to get traded, and he got traded to the Lakers. I thought you was talking about the top echelon. I'm talking. Well, if you want to go down the top echelon, Chris Paul wanted to go. They nixed that deal. Then, and if you want to go down to the next person after Chris Paul, then you can sit there and say there were a couple of other big trades that got nixed behind the scenes that didn't go. And
the modern era.
Chris Paul's not the modern era. Chris Paul's not the modern era.
Chris Paul, that was a long time ago. They had a whole new what's the name? That's when
I didn't get the memo that Chris Paul was ancient. I didn't get that memo.
Not Chris Paul. That was when they had the old commissioner that killed that deal. That was years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't Chris Paul, it was RuPaul.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You said modern era. I thought you meant in our time in this new century. So okay.
No, then that's everybody. Then I'm talking about like recent.
My point
since LeBron been there. That's what I'm talking about. Since LeBron went there.
LeBron's been here 4 or 5 years. LeBron's been here 4 or 5 years. The other free agents that came in there hasn't even really been big major free agents who can go there. Here's the thing. A lot of people want to go there, but can't because of financial restriction. You know what I mean? Like if you look at the things, but the rumor, how many times just in the last year, especially with all the big free agents we had last year, how many times we were sitting there talking in the last year saying that they want to go play for the Lakers, but we were like, okay, well, who can and how, and will the money work? That's the issue. Well, let me move on.
Good.
Let me move on. Matter of fact, Figure, since we talking about this stuff, let me move on and have you drop your top dog. So you can drop the top dog because there's a couple other conversations we want to bring up after the top dogs. But first, we got to see who your top dogs are because that might be 5 minutes of rebuttal right there. So,
yeah, because I don't watch everybody's TV. So here we go with my top dogs, the ones that I get in my area, and this is the games that I saw. Number 1 on the top dogs list, ladies and gentlemen, is my man, the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo, in Game 3, doing the damn thing, dropping 42 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, leading the Bucks to their first finals win in over 40 years. Bucks 118, Suns 108. Second on my list is my man Novak Djokovic, winning Wimbledon in 4 sets for the 20th Grand Slam title, joining only Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer, now making it an exclusive 2020 club. Those are the only 3 players to have 20 Grand Slam wins. Number 3 on my list, ladies and gentlemen, is my man Pete Alonso for knocking the skin off the baseball, winning the home run derby, knocking 74 wins for his second straight home run derby win, winning only 2 other players have done that, which is Ken Griffey Jr. and Cespedes. Number 4 on my list, got to give it to my man Chris Middleton, doing the damn thing offensively, putting the Bucks on his back, dropping 40 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists in a comeback win to even the series with the Phoenix Suns. Bucks 109, Suns 103. last but not least, I went all the way down to find this dude. My man DK scored 2 goals to lead the United States soccer team to the Gold Cup quarterfinals win by beating Martinique 6-1. That's my top dogs list. What's yours?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. And ding, 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 let the fight begin.
Look at Rodney Perry just chewing. Okay, all right. It still sucked. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, I know. That's right.
You know what? Fig feels good because he did his homework instead of picking 5 NBA players.
Like you can't pick 5 NBA players. Ain't but 2 teams playing.
What you thought about
Really
it?
good.
But you thought about it.
I did. I was trying it. I thought about giving Giannis a little bit of that top dog. Honorable mention, I got to give it to Giannis, man, because that block that he made in game 4 was, that was amazing. To guard Devin Booker on the drive and then to turn around and catch the lob and be able to block it without fouling, that was dope, man.
Yeah,
that was dope.
All right, let me keep the conversation moving on,
Frank
man.
be acting like he be watching like all sports. You don't be watching all this shit, Frank. You watch baseball, basketball, football. That's all.
I never said I watch all the sports. I
But
do
you
watch the
apply that.
highlights.
You apply. We black. We don't watch that shit.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rodney Perry, for the soliloquy. I appreciate that. But I do be watching those sports. Don't be act like you sitting in my living room.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Don't be acting like you sitting in my living room.
Yeah.
Now, you could have shouted out that dude that beat up Conor McGregor.
But he broke his leg. That was like an injury, man. I mean,
Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah,
He broke his leg. He grabbed his leg and broke it himself after he took all them shots to the head.
like a celery stick. All right, let me get this thing on moving, man. I want to bring up Ben Simmons because, of course, we've been talking about Ben Simmons for a week, but y'all ain't gonna believe this one, man. Ben Simmons and everything. Ben Simmons talk now has escalated to who? Golden State. So I wanted to see what you guys thought. Now I don't know who Golden State's gonna trade up for him and everything else, but Philadelphia talent is making calls. I've just read this morning. Philadelphia is making calls to see who would be interested in having a conversation with him. But the thing is, talent is what they're asking for is not right now the price tag. That's the key thing. So, talent, what do you think? Philadelphia, Golden State, you see it?
No, I don't see it. Again, I'm standing by what I said day one. He's not going to none of these teams that these usual suspects. I think somebody, for them to get what they want or feel like they got the worth they want, I don't think these big teams are going to respect it like that. You're not getting a fair change in their vision anyway. So I think they're going to go to one of these teams that will give up 2 potentials and some prospects in the draft and draft picks and stuff like that. I can't see Golden State, though.
Yeah, I can't really necessarily.
Golden State, they love people who have a shot.
Fig, get that.
Hey man, I know I said this before because my man Ben Simmons is a younger version of Draymond Green, man. He has the ability to rebound, push the ball, and kick it out to the open shooters or take it to the paint. And he's bigger than Draymond Green. And the dude plays hella defense. Like he's the best defender on the Philadelphia 76ers. Who they got to give up for him? Well, Wiggins, which is definitely a better shooter than Simmons. They got that dude Weissman, the center, the rookie center that they just got, and they got 2 number 1 draft picks this year. And you put them players around the Joel Embiid, you know what I mean, and the rest of the players they got on the Sixers. That's a nice little squad in the East, man.
Yeah, but here's another thing too, Fig. Let me say this, because they're asking for so much. I think the deal gets done if Golden State says, hey, we give you our 2 number 1s, which we ain't giving you nobody else. If Philadelphia agrees to that, 2 number 1 picks, that's pretty high. That's a pretty good deal. He could land on Golden State if they agree to those terms, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Rodney Perry, what's your thoughts?
The whole concept of Golden State, I think, is a good deal for Simmons and for Golden State. I was thinking that Fig did say this the other day. I don't know if he's equivalent to Draymond Green, because Draymond Green is a heartbeat guy, and he gives your team a certain toughness. I think they get less tough with the Ben Simmons, but I mean, let's not forget the light skin factor. Once you factor in light skin, on light skin alone, they might pick him up just to get Draymond black ass.
Throw a light skin flag.
No, Draymond ain't leaving. We're not getting rid of Draymond. No, Draymond not leaving.
Throw a light skin flag on the play, please.
Draymond is too dark. They've been trying to get him out the locker room for years.
You know what though? Here's the scary thing, right?
This is a better light skin flag.
Here's the thing, Rodney Perry. Here's the crazy thing about it is Golden State could use a slasher. If they got shooters, they got somebody to rebound, they could use a slasher. So it wouldn't
he ain't got to hit no jumper. They don't need him to shoot.
Right.
They need him to get
slash,
rebounds, play defense, and dunk.
And slash, right? Slash to the basket. That it could make it could work. We'll see what happens, man. Where he lands is gonna be something interesting. But the next topic is and our last topic is one of our last topics, if we got time, is Simone Biles got injured, man. I wanted to drop that in there. She got injured. She injured her ankle, and people are concerned that she might not break all the records that she's supposed to be breaking. Now, all the sponsors are lined up. Talent, they're 10 people deep, man, thinking that she's going to break every gymnastics record known to man. Now it's all in jeopardy. What's your thoughts on Simone Biles being injured? Talent?
It smells like Tom Brady all over again. They're trying to create the Supergirl. She's going to break the record she's going to break. She's going to be phenomenal like she was born to be. This is just that all eyes on me thing. We got to create that wow factor. Like, is she? Because her ankle don't even matter. You ever see her in the sky? Once she leave that mat, she don't need no ankle. Nobody need an ankle up there.
Big, what's your thought?
Hey, what goes up must come down, God dog it. I'm telling you. Yeah, man, listen. They sort of changed the rules on Simone Biles anyway. They took away her degree of difficulty on some of her moves because other women couldn't do it. So they took away the degree of difficulty on some of the moves that she made to make it equal so other players, gymnasts can compete against her, man. So I just like, they don't, it's almost like they didn't want her to win anyway. So the fact that she got injured, I'm just like, it's just like par for the course, man. It just is what it is.
Yeah, Rodney Perry, what's your thoughts?
You know what? I just seen Simone Biles in a cereal commercial. Girl, I'm sorry, I'm eating apple. But still marketable. Win or lose, if she don't get another record.
It's like we don't get no fucking lunch break.
Hey, Rodney, what's your thoughts? It's delicious. I gotta get another one.
If don't nothing else happen, the woman is she's gonna be advertising gold for years to come. So man luck for her. And you know, there's rumors, and I don't know if this is true or not, that she might be looking at Magic City for taking her talents to Magic City.
Oh man, the Bucks Suns preview.
I swear to God, yo.
The Bucks Suns game.
In that apple, you got an apple turnover.
The Bucks Suns game is coming up, man. So let me get this last question in here. And what's your thoughts on the next Bucks Suns talent? What's your thoughts, man? We've got 60 seconds. What's your thoughts?
Okay. Well, you said last game, the winner of last game wins the series. I disagree. Yep. I think the winner of this game wins the series.
Okay. So
I got the Bucks.
You got the Bucks. Who you got, Fig?
I got the Bucks, man. I hope they play big. You know what I mean? I hope they don't try and be out there jacking up 3-pointers like Phoenix, because if they play that game, you can't beat Phoenix shooting 3-pointers.
So who you got?
I got the Bucks.
Okay. Rodney Perry, who you got?
Phoenix is at home, right?
Yeah.
Home team continues to win.
Okay, so you got Phoenix.
Continue to win.
right, that's the show. Challenge. Tell everybody about the 30-year anniversary tickets availability because we gotta get a roll up out of here, and it's Friday. So
You don't listen, people. We want to see you July 30th, 31st, August 1st in Atlantic City with us for my 30th anniversary. We're going to be selling drinks and whatever that food Rodney has. We'll have a special on that. It's delicious. You want to be there. Every comedian in the world is going to be there. Talent at itsjustcomedy.com. Email me for your space availability or tickets. Either way, stupendous weekend. It's going down. Yo, I got some of the dopest DJs. Y'all going to enjoy the parties.
big.
But you going out to August 1st?
It's 3 days. It's 2 nights, 3 days. So it's the 31st, the 1st, and the 30th. They start on Friday the 30th.
You said the 31st,
Saturday,
the
and then we
30th.
do. I went backwards, and then we do a day
So
thing.
you got Friday, Saturday,
and Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon.
Yep.
Okay, all right, that's dope. That's dope. Fig, talk to me.
Hey man, I'm looking forward to the 30th anniversary. This your boy Fig. You can follow me all social media platforms at Comedian Fig. And since it's Friday, you can find me on the Bud Seats next week, Monday through Friday. This is the funniest, best damn sports show on TV. That's Rodney.
Rodney Perry, talk to me.
Yesterday is my anniversary. Shouts out to the wife, 25 years.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Happy
Great day
anniversary.
yesterday. I would like to tell y'all what I got, but
This is a family show.
it got you trying to get
It's
your
a family
strength back by eating apples today.
hey, you know what? I'm a little fatigued today. I'm just telling you. I have zero protein in my body. All
Well,
right.
And mine is tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations, Pig.
Happy anniversary.
How many years?
20.
Woo! Okay. Go ahead, grown man.
Good stuff, man. Congratulations, Mrs. Fig, for going through this mess for 2 decades.
Yo, for real. Keisha, for real. Happy anniversary, Keisha.
I know.
Hey, at least it's not the Dwayne Haskins thing. Like, you know how Dwayne went down to Las Vegas, ended up getting his tooth knocked out. He was supposed to renew his vow.
Oh, yeah. Also, happy anniversary to my side chick. We got 20 years.
That's why we leaving right now. We out. I don't want Mrs. Rodney Perry to get in contact with us and talk about how you let Rodney Perry talk more and not cut his mic off. We out, y'all. Enjoy the weekend. Show's called Box Seats on the Humor Mill channel. We'll see y'all Monday.
Hey!